Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Legacy video. And again, as always, if you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, if you like the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comments below. I've been getting lots of good feedback on the videos, on the deck choices, and some of the punts that I made. And I love to see the feedback. And also, actually, before I get started, just another piece of feedback that I'd like to get from you guys is, in the past, I used to edit my videos in a way that would cut some of the dead air. But I got some feedback saying that the videos seem a little choppy. So that's why I kind of like changed the way I've been editing to this more long form. And I heard some people just like to watch it in 1.25 speed or 1.5. And that kind of makes it more enjoyable because then you get to watch everything that happens in the games. And but you also don't have to watch like an hour and a half video. So either way, I would like to get some feedback on that if you're so inclined to leave a comment. And then yes, so for this video, there's a card that I haven't really played with it, and I don't know why I took so long for me to try it. Nadu Winged Wisdom. I played a bunch of games against the card, and it always seemed like really strong, but for some reason I just like, this is not really my cup of tea. Like I don't think I really want to do this. But then yeah, I noticed that Brady Monroe goes by Einstein on Magic Online, and he's been winning a lot with his deck, and I've noticed some other people have been winning a lot with the Nadu Breakfast version of the deck. And I also remember from last year's Eternal Weekend the more combo version of Nadu with Court of Calling. And all those three decks, they all play out different, but they all kind of Breakfast doesn't really need Nadu, but it's definitely like a good way to win a game, sidestepping any kind of graveyard hate, right? But the point is, the card seems really strong, and again, I don't know why I haven't tried it. Full disclosure, I did try this deck first in the league, just so I don't seem completely clueless when I'm playing, and I got an easy 5-0. So I was like, if this deck can get a trophy when the pilot seems like half competent, it must be really good. So with that being said, I will leave some resources linked below the video. Brady actually typed up like a primer / sideboard guide, and I think the way he actually priced it, you can get the sideboard guide for $5, or you can get the whole document for like $20, and it's got like a more detailed explanation on the matchups and card choices. But I'll leave all these links linked below. But yeah, so what we're looking at here? So it's like Nadu Bant Nadu, right? And this deck has evolved from like different versions over the past like year and a half, I think. We used to see more Teferis in the main deck. I think there were no Tamiyos before neither. Nantuko Heart. Sorry, I think I'm forgetting the name of the card. But Nantuko Heartspring Nantuko. That was another card that we used to see in this deck too, and they're kind of like borrowing a page from Modern. That's kind of like gone now. But what the current configuration of the deck, we've got 2 copies of the Surveil lands. There's a copy of Dryad Arbor, and Dryad Arbor serves like usually as a target for Nomads en-Kor, so you can trigger more times. So I think just 1 copy makes sense. We got 1 copy of each basic land. Just you're playing a format that has like Wastelands and Blood Moons, right? So there's 1 copy of each of your banned colors. Karakas can protect your Nadu, can protect Tamiyo, can also trigger Nadu. It can also trigger Nadu when you target Tamiyo. And then we have the fetch lands that we usually see in the banned colors, like Windswept Heath and the 4 Misty Rainforest. They can, and then there's 1 copy, of Flooded Strand too. And they generally can fix your mana at any time. You do have to pay attention sometimes when you're trying to cast a green spell and a white spell in consecutive turns. That's something that I noticed. So it's not just like fetch and it's going to work. Especially if you're fetching basics in the beginning of the game, right? I mean, that's kind of like a rule of Legacy that has always been like, you're playing a 3-color deck. You want to play basics to play around the Wastelands and Blood Moon effects. and I guess to a certain extent, Harbinger of the Seas. But that is just something that I noticed that sometimes can be a little awkward if you're trying to cast a green and a white spell, like in the following turn, because then you really can't trip, like because let's say if you fetch a forest and a plains, then you don't have the blue, or if you have a tropical island and you can only cast your pawn there, but then you can't cast en-Kor and let's say I don't know, Delighted Halfling. So just something to keep in mind. And then we got the 4 copies of Nomads en-Kor. That's like one of the key pieces of the combo. Like you play Nomads en-Kor plus Nadu. You just get to trigger Nadu. A lot of times, usually that force the concession. There's very few decks that can beat that. Depending on the time of the game that this happens, it's just there's no decks that can maybe that they can't beat that. Depending on what point of the game this happens, there are some decks that can still win, but it's very difficult, right? Like, because you just usually, even if you just have those 2 cards, you're drawing an extra 4 cards per turn, right? And if there are lands, of course, you're putting them in play, and then you can also cantrip and etc. etc. So it just gets very complicated. Very hard for your opponent to win if you get those 2 cards in play. Then Force of Plowshares, of course, like we're playing white. Brainstorms and Ponders, because those are the best ways to deck selection, card choice. You guys understand what I'm saying. And of course, Brainstorm and Ponders are the best cantrips we can play and help you find pieces of your combo. Then the 2 copies of Tamiyo. That one, Tamiyo is a very strong card, and the league that I played, it was another win con. Also, just like drawing extra cards was also very relevant. I don't know if the number of 2 copies makes sense, but maybe just how much we can fit in this deck. But yeah, Tamiyo it seems so far has been very strong. Like in the one league that I played with this deck, and again, being like a 1-mana Planeswalker, excellent card for the current meta. Then we have 4 copies of Delighted Halfling. That just makes that Tamiyo and Nadu and Agatha, Soul Cauldron are all cards that you can cast as being uncounterable. Then we got Sylvan Safekeeper that can just protect your creatures, but it also helps trigger Nadu. Also, Agatha Soul Cauldron is another card that if you have a creature, if you're exiling a creature and you got Nadu in play, there's also another one that can trigger Nadu. Scythecat Cub, it's probably the best win con you have with this deck. You can make it grow very big, like when you have the Nadu plus Nomads en-Kor in play. Endurance, I found out that Endurance is really just a really good way for you to not deck yourself, and really you can just play with your entire deck in your hand if you have the combo of Nadu and en-Kor, and maybe 1 or 2 other creatures in play. Because what ends up happening, you can just cast Endurance for the evoke cost, and you just stack it in a way that the evoke will happen first, and then Endurance's ability will happen. So that means Endurance will shuffle itself back into the deck. And if it's in game 1, you can do that a number of times, as long as you have green spells that you can remove from the game. In game 2, you actually have Teferi, they can just cast an Endurance and bounce it back in and do it again. But really, you're not gonna be able to do it. You don't have to do this infinite times, but just have a way to recycle your Source of Plowshares and Force of Wills back into the deck, and I guess Prismatic Ending too. Again, it's another way that you can kind of just force a concession from your opponent, because you're playing again with all the removals and counter magic you can have, right? And then Nadu, of course, because we're playing Bant Nadu, right? Force of Will, again, it's just a blue card that we know that we have to have in Legacy. Prismatic Ending is just another removal spell. I was actually surprised to see there was only 1 copy in some of these lists, but it seems correct. We're doing 4 copies of Green Sun Zenith because majority of the cards we want to search for our combo, our green. So we got Nadu, Delighted Halfling, and Sylvan Safekeeper. All really good options. If you just want ramp on turn 1, you can find Dryad Arbor. That's a very common play in Legacy. Then if you look on the sideboard, it's a bunch of one-offs. Again, because the main deck is pretty tight, right? As far as cards that we can side out and side in. We got Consign to Memory. That's just a very versatile card nowadays in Legacy, right? You can target things like Thassa's Oracle's trigger abilities, or you can also just counter basically any card in the Mystic Forge deck. Then we got Hydroblast, like Mono Red, still a deck that's out there. Carpet of Flowers, just very good against Tempo decks. Veil of Summer, like again, Thoughtseize is a card that's being played a lot. Also against other blue decks. Collector Ouphe and Outland Liberator, they're both excellent against decks that are playing Urza Saga. Collector Ouphe is good against the artifact side of like Mystic Forge, but Outland Liberator can destroy like key artifacts, or if you flip it, you can just like kill artifacts every turn, or you can just kill a saga. Again, decks are playing Urza Saga, right? Keen-Eyed Curator, I like that card against Tempo decks just because a lot of them are interacting with the graveyards, like Nethergoyf, Barrogoyf, DRC. If it comes down early, you can even maybe prevent Murktide from coming down. Gaddock Teeg, again, another card that's very good against Mystic Forge. If they don't have a removal spell for Gaddock Teeg, you can't really cast any relevant spells except for Fleshraker. And also, by the way, Gaddock Teeg, it is another card that you can also save with Karakas. Also, little interaction that has happened to me in the past. Let's say if you do bring Gaddock Teeg and you Green Sun Zenith for it, right? Well, they show now that if you draw another Green Sun Zenith after that, you can't cast because of Gaddock Teeg. So there are situations that maybe you just want to put Gaddock Teeg back in your hands, cast your spells that cost more than 4, or with X, and then because you also have Prismatic Ending in the deck, and then you can just recast it. Just something to keep in mind. There's a copy of Force of Negation. I'm assuming just for another, if you're playing another combo decks or Chalice of the Void decks, maybe you also want to bring that in. Faerie Macabre, again, Reanimator, Breakfast. Those are decks that are very popular. Teferi, just like really good card against like any other blue decks, and I might bring against like something like blue black Tempo, or definitely against decks like Beanstalk, or I'm not really sure. Maybe even like against Mono Red. Maybe it's a little slow, but maybe getting rid of some pesky permanents like Chalice of the Void, but to be decided. Force of Vigor, again, just another card that's good against Urza Saga's deck and Urza Saga itself, right? And then there's another copy of Prismatic Ending, just a catch-all that we already have one in the main deck, so now there's a second one in the sideboard. Because I'm not really gonna pretend that I know exactly why every card is in the 75, but the deck seems very well built, and really it seems to have the tools to do with whatever decks are being played in the current meta. I think the only thing, if I was gonna like maybe like change before we start the league, it would be like add another Faerie Macabre. But I think this is a very good 75. I'll see how it goes, and hopefully maybe I can get another 5-0. It'd be nice to get back-to-back trophies, and let's see how round 1 goes. All right, so round 1, round the draw. What kind of hand we're gonna get? I think on the blind, like this might be okay. I mean, we have surveil lands that we can use here. Their turn 1 deck, got Force of Will. We got, for instance, to find another Nadu. Okay, and I think what I can do here is next turn Green Sun Zenith for Sylvan Safekeeper. getting mirror vibes. So I think I'll just get Hedge Maze. Oh, we're just gonna keep this on top. Now, do I want to ramp or Green Sun's Zenith? Get the Green Sun's Zenith, like I said, for Sylvan Safekeeper. Or I could go get a Delighted Halfling, make my Nadu uncounterable. I think I should definitely cast this Green Sun's Zenith this turn. Gonna Brainstorm. All right. If they want to daze, I think I'll just let it resolve, and then it puts them behind one land. So I'm not sure if that's like if they're trying to cast Nadu, that makes it harder. Oh, that's breakfast. Okay. So I think I need to hold my Force of Will for their combo. Yeah, Tamiyo is annoying, but it's not. It's not what this game is about, I think. Okay, Savannah. Illusionist. All right. You know what? I think those. You know what? Yeah, I did this kind of quick. I should have probably played the Misty Rainforest and cast Halfling off of Hedge Maze. Yeah, I should definitely have done that. All right. So Tammy is gonna attack me, and that's because Misty could. There's a few different things I could have done. I could have grabbed Lush Portico, or even like just grab Dryad Arbor, so it would be like another creature that Nadu could trigger, but not the best sequencing there. I can try to plow Nomads and oh no, blue token. All right, let's start doing this. I found a source of Plowshares and another land. The reminder that my deck does not have like a win like their deck that can put Thassa's Oracle in play, but generally speaking, that part is irrelevant after you draw your deck, basically. So I could grab an island and ponder. We're going to get a Savannah and I think I'm just going to plow this guy. And whatever resources I use, I can always just endurance back into my deck. So we don't have to have like a win con right now. Okay. So I don't think Tamiyo is really what I want to be at this matchup. They are breakfast, so I think I want Faerie Macabre. Prismatic Ending. Could do this, and I know there's a lot of cards I want here. I think last time I played this matchup, like I actually cut the Green Sun Zenith, and then I think I brought more. I think it was Counter Magic that I brought more. I think I brought a Copper Flowers and Veil Summer. I don't know if that makes I think I still want Green Sun Zenith. It was just an experiment that I did, and I mean it worked out, but I don't think that's correct. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. The reason Zen is great in making the deck more consistent, right? So this doesn't make sense to cut it. All right, I think I like this hand. If it looks like they're going for a quick combo, I can try to plow it. If they going a little slower, then I can just play Delighted Halfling first. Okay, so this doesn't look like they're going to try to turn one en-Kor, turn two kill me. I just played the halfling now. They're gonna miss Reveal Land. Yeah. All right. So they put it on top. Yep. Okay. So they liked what they saw. It was a brainstorm. It was a brainstorm. So really, guys, against their breakfast part of the deck, right? So I've got Faerie Macabre, Endurance, and Agatha Soul Cauldron. I guess it's decent. I'm gonna plow my halfling. That is rude, opponents. Not cool. Oh, drew the Faerie Macabre. Okay, that makes me feel a little better for that part of the game. So how do I want to go about this? I could just green send in for another halfling, and then next turn green send in for Nadu, or I can. I guess I can just ponder here. Alright, if I not do so. If they don't do anything that makes me want to shuffle, I think I just want to draw this second source of Plowshares. And let's just surveil. What is better? I mean, they play a lot of creatures too, so maybe I just want to draw the swords. Oh, sorry about that. Let me stop taking my ring off too when I'm recording. Yeah, you have a cephalid. Um. Hmm. Yes, leave it on top. Maybe their plan is to protect illusionists with force of will, source of Plowshares. But I really want to hold on to swords in case they have their Nadu. And they're thinking maybe they just want to try to go for it. Play Nomads en-Kor. Alright, so I'm gonna sell them that I'm gonna try to. That's my way to interact, right? I'm gonna try to plow this guy. You're gonna force probably. I have flusses for him too. Oh no. Oh, they got me. Unless they just play another illusionist, then I'm okay. No, it's a bird. Alright, opponent got me. Prismatic Ending. I mean, they're gonna hit a land at one point, right? They can just be ending my thing. All right. So what am I gonna do now? I think I probably just lose the game. All right. So let's brainstorm first. I don't need to Faerie Macabre anymore. I guess like this. Prismatic Ending is gone. I think I spoke too soon. Evolutionist, no. Voice of Victory. Well, let's see what they do. Sometimes players do things in a more complicated way than needs to be done. But I think it's just the card advantage here. It's going to be too much for me to handle. Yeah, actually, no. Yeah, this is going to be. I don't think I can beat that. All right, got outplayed right there. I mean, I still think that what I brought in, it's what I need, right? Like the Faerie Macabre, like the fairy is really good, and like when you're playing this blue mirrors. Actually, I wanted Force of Will. Like it's really like I mean, no, Force of Will still protects my stuff. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna chip it back like this. So it's a good reminder. If you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, this is a good time for you to hit the subscribe button. That's what those are my two favorite formats right now. I mean, Legacy has been my favorite format for a little over 10 years now. Right, so it looks like they're mulliganing to 6. Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine. I'm mulliganing to 5 now. We're like the Karakas not do well. Not as good as in this matchup, right? Because they're a combo deck, so like if I just protect it and then pass, like doesn't do as much, um, but it's cool. Like in generally speaking, right? We can protect Nadu with Karakas, and you trigger and you draw a card too. So it's like it does everything you want. Tamiyo again. I don't know if Tamiyo is like where I want to be in this matchup. Like, I guess all right. So they, I mean, I'm assuming they have a second land, right? Okay, brainstorms. Game is gonna flip. I guess it could plow Sylvan Safekeeper. They didn't. Hmm. And I think I really want to keep my fetch land around. We have, we'll try to force it, but maybe try to plow my Sylvan Safekeeper before this thing resolves. I don't know. What an interesting card design, Nadu. Nadu is like one of those cards that I'm like someone that's somewhat, I guess, I don't say purist, but I usually like when I play Magic online or even in paper, I try to play uh, with whatever the card that looks like a Magic card. I feel like there's a lot of those alt arts nowadays that it makes sometimes the game confusing. I do think that some of them look cool, but it's just not for me, right? And then not do the alt art, not do the one that's like the big bird looking to the left, or I guess looking to the right. That art looks really cool, but I don't know. I still prefer to buy or to play with a card that looks like a Magic card. Oh, did they get it? Did they find what they need to find? I'm gonna die to breakfast. I mean, I get to trigger this thing 3 times, right? Try to find a source to Plowshares. Okay. Um, and draw with a clue. Huh. Maybe I should have used Prismatic Ending. Alright, so I'm gonna attack Tamiyo. I'm gonna take 2 points of damage. With the halfling. Yeah, I think I should have used the Prismatic Ending for the en-Kor. Didn't mess this up. Hopefully not. Well, probably gonna have to do it again. On the first, if I can find my own en-Kor, then okay. I'm gonna do like this. And then I can trigger now do once. Okay, so I can trigger this guy. Do like this. So I mean, it's not a win, like I said, but I will be able to draw. Oh, I'm just gonna stack like this. And Source of Plowshares will not work. Okay. I guess I can play out a halfling too. And do it again. And now, to be honest, I will probably forget which ones I target already. So I'm just gonna double click. All right. I think it makes more sense to just kill this guy, right? And I can attack Tamiyo. I mean, I think I maybe might be complicating this a little too much, but I think I just have inevitability with this board, right? I don't think they can. This can also turn into a Dryad Arbor, right? I haven't lost it yet. Okay, and then Green Zenith can just turn into a Endurance, and I basically get to redraw my Source of Plowshares and Force of Wills too. Okay, so they up Tamiyo. All right, let's draw some cards, I guess. $13 in the clock. Just realized that. Yeah, because game one, I think it was kind of quick, and then I guess we took a little longer game two. All right. I don't have to wait for that to resolve. Taking this one. All right. Then you just fetch here. Put an Arbor in play. All right. I think I'm gonna grab a. I guess Portico now. That can stay on top, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Okay. At this point, I kind of just want to find Teferi. That's good too. Hmm. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Get rid of Tamiyo. And because it can attack with a team. Oh, Tamiyo's thing is still there. That was sorry. That happened a long time ago. Can I find Teferi here? Okay, cool. Yeah, like I said, maybe I was complicating things too much here, but my plan here was to they only had one card in hand, but my plan here is to just keep a hand always a Force of Will, Force of Plowshares, and then you can always recycle everything with Endurance. So the fairy can put Endurance back in my hand, and yeah, again, inevitability, and with 11 minutes on the clock, like those be gonna be plenty of time. All right, let's see how round 2 goes. All right, so we're here for round 2. I'm gonna play this time, and so close. If this, we just had one fetch or land that could cast Delighted Halfling, I think I would keep it, but this is way better. So I kind of just want to. What do I want to put back? I almost want to. Excuse me. I almost want to just put back Brainstorm and then play Hedge Maze on turn 1. They kept 7. No, they're mulligan to 6 too. All right, I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm just gonna put this back and. And I think I can just Hedge Maze, look for another land, then turn 2 I can green some in for Delighted Halfling, and kind of go from there. All right, that works for me. I think after Nadu is in play against pretty much any mid-range deck, like doesn't really matter what I draw afterwards. These Surveil lands, they're so good. They're gonna Thoughtseize me. That's not cool opponent at all. Why would you do that? But I got my Nadu. I think that changed things a little bit. Do I want to still just cast Green Suns in it for Halfling, or I don't. I mean, I do have another Windswept Heath. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. If I draw another Nadu, then and just cast an uncounterable Nadu. Oh no, this could be the Black Reanimator, and then none of my early turn decisions really matter. So just happy that also like I have a very wasteland proof like hand and board. So whatever I draw off the top, I should be able to cast. So that's usually like one of the if it's tempo, right? If it's blue black reanimated, then that part doesn't really matter as much. But like no, a lot of times you lose the tempo because you just can't cast your things or you have a hard time like playing around days. So oh, it's a Doomsday. Holy crap! Did not expect to be Doomsday. All right, so I have one endurance in the deck, and that's pretty much it. Force of Plowshares is probably not going to cut it. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna cast my en-Kor, and I'm going to attack. If for some reason this Force of Plowshares actually wins this game, that'll be kind of interesting. I'm assuming Dark Ritual Doomsday here. All right, that's Doomsday that they searched up. I don't believe this art exists in paper, right? Not that I'll still probably just play with the original one. No, it looks like that one is just an online one. Huh. Doomsday. What an interesting card design too. Like this one is actually it is interesting. Weatherlight had some odd cards that they were in that set, and Doomsday for sure is one of them. Funny how it took a long time to be the right cards to be printed to make it work. So they have a Jace, and they're also running Quantum Riddler. They have two Force of Wills. Okay, so they have Force of Wills in hand. All right. The Brainstorm. And they can make a perfect pile here if they have consider. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's see what we got for Doomsday. So I guess Veil of Summer. Good. Force of Negation. Consign to Memory. I guess the Fairy is not terrible. All right, so I got the Soul Cauldron. Prismatic Ending. I mean, Safekeeper probably also doesn't do much. I don't think Tamiyo is what this matchup is about. I kind of want to just bring the Faerie. The Carpenter Flowers interesting because the Collector Ouphe like can also do some stuff too. Like some stuff is I can shave some of the Source of Plowshares. I mean, Carpet and Collector Ouphe. The only thing Tamiyo does is like threaten to kill them before they can kill me, but it's kind of slow at doing that. All right, I think I'm gonna go like this. And Carpet of Flowers, like it might be more for like tempo, so that way you can play around. Like I said, like days and also you can just like double spell like in the same turn. Yeah, Collector Ouphe is alright. It's not great, but it's preventing him from doing those light diamond lines or piles. I'm just like pondering about Tamiyo. Like it is a blue card too that I can pitch the Force of Will, which I don't know, it sounds cliche, but it makes sense a lot of times. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm not. Maybe Magic Mind is not gonna let me do it. All right. So what we got here? We got a very. Is it a slow hands? Seems kind of slow, right? What am I gonna do? Okay, so thinking, I guess, if this was a Tamiyo instead of Source of Plowshares, I think this hand would be a keep because then I could at least like ramp into something. So, I mean, I guess I can still ramp, but no, I think I'm honoring this. This is way better. Some thoughts is me on turn one. Just I mean, of course, there's always the turn one Dark Ritual Doomsday, but I don't know if I can just mulligan into a Force of Will because they also play Force of Will too. So it's like you mulligan into a Force and then they force it, and then does it really get me there? I'm gonna try to play the bird. Bird is the word. We have a date. They didn't want to play the same underground sea. Okay. All right. I guess maybe a Brainstorm, I guess. Am I gonna regret not having Sylvan Safekeeper in my deck now? Because now I don't have a Green Suns in a target. I can trigger Nadu. Oof. Is that gonna be bad? Hmm. Whole thing is having Nadu in play with Karakas. Like if I bounce it back to my hand, I can either find a Force of Will or the Endurance or Force of Negation. All right, when it's deep in the tank, which is kind of like how Doomsday usually operates. It can be a very complicated deck. All right, they found a line. Put Doomsday on top of their deck. All right. Yeah, that's not great. What's a storm? So this costs 2. They'll try to pay for it. Um, did a days too? I don't know. I'm just gonna get Collector Ouphe then. I was really hoping to just bring some Zenith, resolve, and then use this for a surveil land, but I want to have different plans. All right, so they can just hard cast a Doomsday and then pass a turn, I guess. If they have Dark Ritual, I don't. No, I don't. They could if they have 3 cyclers in the deck. They could cycle into Thassa's Oracle and then have 1 card left in the deck. I don't think they have 4 cyclers. That's not very common. Usually nowadays it's like 2 Street Wraith and like maybe an Edge of Autumn, or I mean I guess it could have 2 Edge of Autumns and 2 Street Wraiths, but one of them would have to be in their hand. All right, so they're gonna cast Doomsday. So I have awkwardly I only have 6 power on the board, so it's not quite there. Now, if I draw a Green Sun Zenith or the cat, then I could put a counter on one of my creatures, and that'd be more than enough to win. But and they don't have to make a pile that uses Edge of Autumn. Oh, I'm sorry, Street Wraith, because they already have three lands in play anyways, and they know I'm not playing Wastelands. So it's really gonna depend on what I draw next turn, or whatchamacallit, what I can flip with the Nadu if I need to Karakas my own Nadu. All right, 1, 2, 3. So that means they have one forcible hit. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know all 4 forces are in exile. All right, let's see. I think I want to ponder first. It's an endurance. I think I'm gonna keep endurance. And hopefully that's good enough. Do I need to... Oh no, do I need to tap Arbor? That's the question. Probably not. If I tap Arbor, I can cast Endurance. I have 2 green here, and then 1 green for the Veil of Summer. I don't know if I'm gonna need Veil. Well, there's a Source of Plowshares on top of my deck, right? So, I'm sorry, there's a Veil of Summer on top of my deck. Which I can grab by Karakasing Nadu. Karakasing? Is that a verb? They have a Jace. What is it again? Okay. That doesn't... To draw a card. Yeah. Can I just do this, I guess? Maybe they have a Street Wraith too? Oh no, they can, and they just die. What am I talking about? Alright. That was a close one, I guess. Yeah, I think Source of Plowshares mine seems kind of like not a very good card. I think I'm gonna do like this. Oh, hold on a second. I did have the internal monologue, right? That I think Sylvan Safekeeper would be a green sun Zenith target if I want to start triggering Nadu. All right, this hand seems alright. Almost looks like a breakfast hand instead of a Bant Nadu. Probably gonna lead on the Thoughtseize, my guess. They kind of, or they're gonna lead on Dark Reach of Doomsday because they seem like they kept their 7 fairly quick. Right, so Conan Tarn, Underground Sea, Thoughtseize. Oh, just personal tutor. All right, that was aggressive. Another land. What can I do? Kind of wish I had a second blue card. Oh, I think that's the only thing I can do. All right, yeah, they have a forcible. Don't know if I have much of an interaction for next game. I mean, next turn. So I can fetch, get a surveil land, and maybe try to get lucky and find a Collector Ouphe or like a Brainstorm. If there's another turn too, right? They might just have a. But maybe it looks like they don't have a second land. So Collector Ouphe would be very good because I think they would require them to have a. Or perhaps not, because we have a fetch land and a cycler. You can also get to an empty pile. And they're deep in the tank. All right, still thinking. Man, I just realized the clock difference. But that's what sometimes that's what the Magic Online experience is. So can't really complain about that. So the LED, there's no LED. Karen Souls is the graveyard. Huh. All right. So Hedge Maze. There goes the graveyard. Not interesting. Basic Forest. I might just be toast here. It's realistically speaking. I mean, they're gonna go for it. There's no reason not to. So, yeah, there's a thought seize. Yeah, they have an LED plus cycler. They don't. Okay. Well, yes, we still have a chance to draw endurance. um, sure, I guess. I can try to cast this and chances of that working out are very low. All right, so I guess I was kind of on the right path, like trying to find a Collector Ouphe, but obviously didn't find one. So hold on. Okay, yeah, the meal first. All right. So that was round 2. Let's see how we can still finish with a 4-1 maybe. All right, back here for round 3. Let's see. We're on the draw. This hand is it's okay. We're playing against. Oh, against some Force Steel Cutter probably. Maybe I should just try to get my basics here. I try to cast a Tamiyo. Maybe I'll daze this. No. The deck plays so much burn, they're like, oh, so much burn. They usually play like this 4 lightning bolts and unholy heat and sometimes a chain lightning, so they banned the lightning bolt. Completely ignored my Tamiyo. Sometimes they play Stifle. So I'm going to not take any chances there. Alright, so I can fetch a force with this. Yeah, they might. Tamiyo. Tamiyo's down. Try to run this guy. Oh, you know what? I just said Stifle and I forgot to. Alright, let me do this before they can do that. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to try to draw Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. They both my duder. Um, think I need another land. I just need a blue card so I can get Nadu in play. I like to be able to have force, and then next turn I can play around days. All right, so I just need to draw a blue card. I mean, it is a blue card. And a days, so double days. Okay. In this case, I'm just gonna let it resolve, and then I'll play the second I do next turn. I don't know if it's better. So they have 4 cards in hand, and 2 of them are volcanic islands. Like they're gonna wasteland me, okay. And then that's kind of okay. All right. So again, it's just to have 2 cards that don't do anything in hand. And play not do again. Yes? No? Cool. All right. So swing for 1. And again, pretty much anything I draw now is like, it's good. All right. Yeah, lands. All right, so it's tempo. I think I'm gonna cut these things, and Tamiyo seems all right. Definitely want carpet. I think I want prismatic ending. Villa Summer seems all right too. I don't know if I want the fairy or Keen-Eye. I think Keen-Eye seems good. Hydroblast interesting too. Just being able to en-Kor Steel Cutter can counter their rebs. Huh. I think I'm gonna keep this one. I don't. So Delighted Halfling can cast Tamiyo. They have their Tamiyo too, and a bauble. All right. If I draw a second land, I think I just fetch a forest with this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna get a forest anyways, because like my whole hand is green now. All right. So yeah, as I make another green mana. Okay, Halfling. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, I can guess if this Halfling makes through the next turn, I can cast Tamiyo off of Delighted Halfling. And did it? Oh, flip because of the Mishra's Bauble. That's right. They did it on my turn. Very smart one. All right. So yes, maybe just play Keen-Eyed Curator. Maybe that's better. All right. So the problem is that I can't use Halfling for Villa Summer. Oh, that's a bummer. But I can't pay for days with this. Very relevant. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. It's kind of cool, right? Because if this card, oh no, if Keen-Eyed Curator goes in the graveyard, then I can't. So, maybe just start eating things. I'll get a ponder, I guess. I need my opponent to either play another land or I need to draw another one. Because I really wanted to get Sylvan Safekeeper in play. They need to bolt Keen-Eyed Curator, I think, yeah. But now I get 2 mana every turn. I don't know how. Oh, well, I know how that's gonna go. Alright, so I can make green mana, I guess. And as of now, Nadu. Just like Murktide? No, can't cast Murktide. You can draw a card off a token. I mean, the blue token. Fire Magic. So deals 1 damage to each creature. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Pretty annoying, but doesn't really. So I guess I'll make white mana, which feels like a waste here because okay. Okay, cool. We're just gonna draw a lot of cards. Alright, so that was round 3. That was a much quicker match. Let's see how round 4 goes. And again, if you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comments below. And also, I'm going to leave some links there to be useful for this deck. If you're planning on playing in the next paper event or Magic Online or Eternal Weekends. Yeah, this deck is Nadu is a very powerful card. And for some reason, I just had taken forever for me to actually try playing the card. And now that I'm playing with it, I don't know. I can definitely see the appeal of playing Nadu. All right, so yeah, let's see how round 4 goes, and hopefully we can finish with a strong 4-1. All right, so round 4, and again, I'm going to be on the draw. I wonder how. Well, I know what the answer is. It's that yeah, I'm playing a combo deck, so definitely wanted to love to be on the play in all these matches. It looks like they haven't decided yet. They haven't even got to their 7. All right, they chose to play first. All right. I'm gonna keep this one. Don't want the Delighted Halfling or could always green some Zenith for Dryad Arbor. I feel like playing a blue deck like this, just having Force of Will just makes me feel so much better about things. All right, and hold on. I should have not fetched for a non-basic. Wow. All right. Maybe I should edit this out. Put like a picture of a tropical island here. And try to Fury. Well, then I'm going to do this. All right. Something, the Mirror Breaker. Land. This is kind of terrible for me, I guess. Get another Delighted Halfling then. All right. So just have to dodge like a Fury. This would have been so much easier if I had fetch. And well, I guess no, there's no argument here. I should have still not. That's why we play best out of 3, right? So we can make up for mistakes in games 2 and 3. All right, just need to my opponent to just play something that's not a Fury. I'll take the 1 ring. That's still fine. Okay, fair. Fireboy. All right, so I need a land, I guess. That's good. I play Nadu. And now I just need to draw a white source next turn before they can start doing this. I shouldn't have 6 because if I flip up something that makes white mana, I might want to plow something. I think this is the first time I'm playing this deck versus mono red, so I'm in an interesting sideboarding. I think I only have 1 Hydroblast in sideboard. Yeah. I wonder how important is the like destroy artifact enchantment part of the deck. All right, so play another Ancient Tomb. Oh, excuse me. Another 1 ring. Oh, Shattering Smash, whatever. Okay. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah, you killed it. Killed it pretty dead. All right, so I think I'm going to plow this thing. All right, so I'm just gonna do this. Cool. All right. So I really don't think I need Tamiyos here. I do want Hydroblast. And probably Prismatic Ending. Sylvan Safekeeper is cool. I think the cat is good. The Stories of Plowshares are good. I think it definitely is a Force of Will. I got the Soul Cauldron. Hold on a second. That one might be something that can do something else. I know it targets something, but it's I'm gonna keep it, but I don't know if it. I really want that. I don't know. Maybe I want like the fairy or. All right, so I've got a forest that can cast no Green Sun Zenith. Um, if their hand is like a turn one chalice, that's okay. Turn one, yeah, okay. So if it's chalice, that's fine. I can just prismatic ending that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Windswept Heath because I can get a plains. I can get an island. No, I already have the forest. All right, Urza Saga. I was thinking like maybe Force of Vigor makes sense here. I don't think I'm gonna fetch. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna fetch both basics here. And then after that, whatever fetch I draw can just be surveillance. Another question here: do I want to just jam Nadu or another chalice? Okay, that is a little bit annoying, but I think I'm just gonna play Nadu. And next turn, I could just remove this 2 mana and ponder off an island. Okay, so they're gonna cast something here. Oh, Fury. Okay. Oh. Alright. Okay. Get rid of this. Can ponder. I think I want to shuffle. Actually, I think I'm going to ponder again. All right. On a second, I do. Oh, they have Power Blast in the deck. All right. Then. Broadside Bombardier. Hmm. You do before they can fling that thing at me. All right. Okay. I don't think I need both of those. There's a Green Sun Zenith and Plowshares. Probably not do. No, I think I'm just gonna try to kill the broadside and then try to combo next turn. I think the best thing I have is this guy. I have plenty of lands too. Hmm. I want to do this. Something like this. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Truck Island was. Hmm. Oh, I can. All right. That's. Because I'm just gonna pass. It was a little awkward there. I should have probably thought about the Karakas, the Nadu, but I don't know how much it's gonna matter. But I didn't card any cards. Okay. So whatever they play, I guess I could always do the same thing again. Try to find a blue card again. Pick up Nadu, I guess. Oh, maybe I can try to pick up Nadu and then give Shroud in response. Yuri. If I just force it, I don't get any value. But if they target something, is this greedy? What are they gonna target? Oh, nothing. Okay. Hmm. Uh, this one's got shrouds. Oh lord. Can I just find the dude? Found the dude. Alright. Maybe it's a little too late. Oh, I should have attacked. Alright. I do have a Hydro Blast. This thing here. Always yield. Alright, and kind of like just want to draw or find a endurance now. I can shuffle this lands back into my deck. Okay, and okay, I think I did everyone, right? I mean, did everyone. Alright, target everything. Okay. Oh, I actually don't have any more lands in my deck. Sorry, fetchable. I have 10 cards left in my deck. Oh, that's crazy. Alright. So, I mean, I should be able to just force whatever they do. And the two Delighted Halflings are probably the creatures that I care the least, right? I must have drawn something very good. Yeah, so like on my turn, I'll be able to see 10 cards, which is how many cards I have left in the deck. So a endurance should be able to win here. And I feel really silly for fetching the Windswept Heath. Well, actually, I'm not going to see 10 cards because if they attack with Fury, I'll block with the Halfling. So I want to be able to see 8 cards. So there's a chance that maybe let's say if endurance is the last card in the deck, then Oh, actually, hold on. No, I can't even cast a second. Yeah, they attack with Fury. I will block here. My chair is making all kinds of funny noise. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but and I'm barely moving. Okay. Since you draw endurance, please deck don't mess with me. I mean, I guess I could do on their turn too. Not a big deal. Just easier if I do now. Okay, found it. I can exile Green Sun Zenith. Okay, and I want evoke to happen second. Oh, I need to attack now. And yeah, I think as long as I mean they can have a what you call hidden needle, but I think I'm put up the ending on land. Okay. I'm okay here. Don't need to. I'm gonna fetch just in case again if they decide to. Pending. I mean, a pity needle my fetch land. I don't think they will, but probably fetch a white source too. Well, I don't have source of Plowshares on me, so. don't know if I need to have all this Force of Wills in my hand. Did I start this already? About the Arbor? Did not. All right, found a thing. Let us go smashing. All right, let's look at the goblin. Okay, Cub. Land. Brady Bant Nadu. Got a halfling, I guess. Do this thing. And probably attack with the team. I have 9 cards. Nadu and I think Ponder can go. I don't think I need to really guess anything else. It's kind of cool. You get to play with your entire deck. Because I've got 16 cards in the deck, right? So I could find it in Endurance again and shuffle those back. And at this point, the lands actually do something, like even if fetch lands come into play, because then triggers the cub or the cat. All right, cool. So that was round 4. Again, if you guys like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave your comments below. This deck is something else. I think Nadu is. I don't know why it took so long for me to try to play on this card. All right, let's see how round 5 goes. All right, so round 5, and I'm on the draw again. I think this one's okay. Halfling would make my thing uncounterable, like the Nadu. We found a blue-black Reanimator opponent, or maybe Tempo. Who knows? I think I'm gonna play the Halfling first, and if I get a little lucky and I draw Nadu, then I guess an uncounterable Nadu. Let's get Karakas too. I don't know if it's gonna be relevant. They try to reanimate like a Traxta. Just push Wasteland. Okay. it's not. I guess I'm kind of locked in getting a Topco Island. Maybe just make the same play again. No, Brainstorm. All right. So this is only for legendary spells. Okay, so I can't. Oh, this is, I just realized that this is good with Agatha's Soul Cauldron too. Wow, took basically playing 10 rounds with his deck to understand that. Hmm. Um. You guys a little forced there. Okay, so next turn I can play. Let me see, I can go Nomads. And no, Nomads just, well, no, I can extinguish that. This, if they have Bowmasters, excuse me, if Bowmasters, I can just redirect. I'm Architect. All right. That is kind of annoying, but not a big deal. And there's a force back. There another force. So they forced twice. Oh, they're gonna daze. Okay. Yeah, I'll pay for it. So hopefully they don't have another daze in hand, because it would get me next turn if they have daze. I'm assuming for 5. Can't really do anything about that. I realize I don't have any blue mana on the board, so, except for Delighted Halfling. That could get very awkward here. Because if I don't draw an Nadu next turn, and let's say they wasteland me, then I think the place should just, well, they didn't wasteland me, so. Alright, don't have daze opponents or force will, please. Alright. Nadu. Alright, so let's do this. I don't think I want any of the surveil lands. I think I just want oh, I don't have any green lands I can bet. Endurance, Force of Will. Yeah, because the 2 tropicals already wastelanded. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, I already did it. Alright. I have another Tundra. Alright, so I'm just gonna pass. And we can draw some cards again on their turn. Alright, so let's do this. And I think this is fine now. All right, cool. So it looks like they're not reanimated, they're just tempo. I think I'm gonna do something similar to the not Delver, but the Core Steel Cutter matchup from round 3. I think I want Veil, Carpet of Flowers. Prismatic Ending. I mean, I think I do want a Prismatic Ending because they might run cards like no Grafdigger's Cage. I think I had Keen-Eyed Curator too. Tamiyo seems alright, I guess. I don't want Teferi too. I don't know if it's very ambitious, but Prismatic Ending can deal with Tamiyo and silly things like Nethergoyf. Maybe the Cub is like, I don't know. I feel like I can just win without Cub. It's just harder, but I don't. I'm gonna try this. I'm not sure, but I think that I have to get Nadu and Nomads. You just do whatever. And just be like a turn 1 Thoughtseize. Another Goyf. Alright. I'm just gonna get a fetch an island here. And ponder. Alright, there's a bunch of lands. I think I like all these lands. Again, I think in this matchup's like, no, as long as I can cast my spells, I feel like I'm in a good spot. So I wonder if we can just like run them out of cards. I guess it really depends what they're gonna take here with Thoughtseize. If they take Source of Plowshares, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Then I can just play the Tamiyo off the top of my deck. Yeah. Another Thoughtseize? Oh crap. Alright, so maybe just take the Fairy now. And maybe the en-Kor guy. Yeah, it's a tough choice. They took an en-Kor. Okay. I can see that. Alright, so they're gonna swing for 2. And so I know there's a fetch land under Tamiyo. Tamiyo's. I think the place just play Karakas that way I can protect Tamiyo if I want to. Yeah, I'm not gonna block, right? I mean, I guess a good block since you have Karakas. Yeah. Alright. No mistake. Alright, then I think I'll just get a Hedge Maze with a Misty. No, I can even block. Yeah, I should have blocked that turn, but I wonder if they. Oh, it's the Kaito? No? Costs 3 mana to do that, right? Okay. It's revealed to draw a card. So might as well attack it, right? Oh, need to make white mana off of that Tundra. Alright, they had a Brazen Bar. I'm gonna take 4. I think next turn I need to leave back Tamiyo, not I don't die. Mega Evil. Is that what it is? Mega Evil? I know it's kind of like playing 2 days, but I don't think I can let this stay. And there goes the graveyard. The Sylvan Safekeeper. And I guess I'll pass. If they tap, then yeah, I'm going to do this in response. And that's alright, I guess. And whatever they target, I'm going to... Oh, they're going to target me. And never mind, they're going to get a token. My plan is like, whatever they target, I can just... Sylvan Safekeeper it up and then they can't. Alright, so I have to block here. And put back my hand. I'm going to take 2. You're going to need jutsu something else again? Oh, they're trying to get something after combat. Alright, so I think the only thing that gets me out of this is if I draw Nadu. And that's a big if. If they get... They have to get a little greedy too, right? They have to like cast Barrowgoy, for instance, and then I draw Nadu. Or Judred's Edict. Okay. That's a halfling. Alright, I guess I can try to... No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough colors to, to kill this. I guess I can be ending this. Play this. Play Tamiyo. And we'll play a Delighted Halfling. Alright. I mean, I can still make the same play I made last turn, right? Just... yeah, I'm just going to return. Kaito has proven to be a pain in the butt. So that's... Oh no, other ninjas. Isn't this guy ninja too when he attacks? Okay. Alright, let's see. So... No, I think I like the way I have it. Only card that maybe I want to bring back would be the Cub, but... Alright, I really like this hand. It's a big chance it just thoughts is me on turn 1 and... But having 2 Delighted Halflings, like... Makes a little thing a little tougher for them, I think. Maybe just kill the Halfling. Oh. Okay. Near explosives. I wonder if we should start fetching my basics. I think I should, because sometimes they do run Harbinger of Disease. And if that's the case, then I could be in trouble. Because like if they sweep my board like off of my my halflings and I could be, like I said, I could be in trouble. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because if they want to ball masters, hmm. Um, I think Keen-Eyed Curator is like probably one of my best options. That's, well, the threats that they killed me last game didn't actually care about the graveyard, so I don't know. But they might care now because this thing it does become a 7/7 like fairly quick, especially since they're gonna put an artifact in the graveyard. The other option would have been to get Safekeeper, but I didn't want to do that with the engineer explosives in play. Still no sign of wasteland, so if I eat creature land instance a 7/7, okay. That's a Tamiyo. Land will be pretty good here. I know. I think I'm just gonna. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna attack. And if they try to block and like flip Tamiyo, I can try to plow it in response. Doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, I think it's going to hold up the Savannah up until. Do I have to do something? Tundra's Edict. Yeah, I think I'll lose this one. Hmm. Just make this thing can make mana. That's pretty good. I guess I'm just gonna attack. I can do this now then. If they have Source of Plowshares, I mean, Brainstorm. I have another creature, so that means I can target one more time. I could, I guess, put what Murktide in play. Okaito. Okay, so he's got Hexproof on their turn. Wow. Yeah. Let me try to see what I want to draw. I guess I put a Lush Portico. So they'll go to my hand, right? I mean, go to play. I don't think I need that. I want something better. That's way better. Oh, it makes color any color. Oh, so now I can actually Prismatic Ending. All right, so let's Keen-Eyed Curator. Yeah, this guy again. No, I don't want to do all that. I just want to do this part. All right, so I guess I'm gonna play a carpet. Yeah. So I guess I can make, if I make red mana, so blue, white, green, and red. That's 4, right? Blue, white, green. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That thing is gone. Oh, I could have. That was stupid. Even though Nadu wouldn't get the, it wouldn't become a 7/7 because it's the actual raccoon's ability, not. All right, so they have Tamiyo again. I think the double Source of Plush in my hands. Things are looking pretty good. And they gave me a Black Lotus every turn. All right. I'm gonna say no now. We're gonna try to Bow Masters me. I will take 1 point of damage. There's a Green Sun Zenith. Okay, so now I can grab Sylvan Safekeeper, right? Just make green mana. And eat one of their things. creatures here. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do this right now. I only have one card in hand. Oh. That stops a Murktide from coming down. I just realized that. I'm gonna draw a card. Yep, I will take 1 point of damage. Are those the... What's the name of that card? Oh, cool. Alright, sorry. So it was a 4-1. I was trying to figure out if there was a stun counter from... Is that stun counter? Oh, it's stun counters. Okay, so it comes put 2. So those are the counters, I guess. Alright. Alright, cool. So 4-1. I just actually recently got a 5-0 this deck because I wanted to get a feel for it before recording the video. I didn't want to seem to be completely clueless. And just like this league, I probably didn't play very well too, but I think the deck is very strong and kind of like carried me here in some of these games. I think of course, the Nadu plus Nomads and en-Kor interaction is like very strong. And again, I didn't realize that Agatha Soul Cauldron can actually be cast by Delighted Halfling and be uncounterable because it is a legendary spell, right? So, I mean, I knew about, I think like with Planeswalkers and of course Nadu, but I didn't realize that Agatha Soul Cauldron also would benefit from Delighted Halfling's second ability. And of course Tamiyo too, because it's basically a Planeswalker, right? So my impression is that the deck is very, very well built, very, very powerful. And it seems to have like tools to like beat whatever is in the format right now. I think the only thing maybe maybe having a second copy of Faerie Macabre in the sideboard was something that I wish there could be in the deck. Excuse me. We didn't get paired against Blue Black Reanimator in this league, but did get paired against Breakfast, and I think it's just a card that's like very flexible for those two matchups, and they seem to be pretty popular. Like when you go to paper events, Breakfast and Blue Black Reanimator. So I understand that there is a copy of Endurance, Soul Cauldron, and then Keen-Eyed Curator, but I think that having just like a chance of drawing a second one, I mean the first one, it's very important in the current meta. So and like I said, I'm gonna leave some links below the link, the video, like from Brady's Blue Sky, and he published he didn't publish, you can purchase from him basically a primer sideboard guide for this deck, and I think he actually did something cool. Like if you just want the sideboard guide, then it's a little cheaper than buying the whole primer. So but then if you want to get the whole thing, I think it's a longer document than with all the matchup card choices and stuff. Then it's a little more expensive, but so there are those two options. I know people love to see sideboard guides, but I think it's very important to also understand why some of those cards are being taken out and other ones are being brought in, like especially with a deck like this. You get to see your whole deck, right? So I highly recommend getting the whole thing, the whole document that Brady typed up. And yeah, I think the deck is very strong. Like it definitely carried me to some of those matches that I didn't really know what I was doing. And if you can do that, like even if you can win, even when the pilot's not great, then I think it's a strong candidate for me to maybe consider to bring to Eternal Weekend. And surprisingly, it doesn't seem like it's as taxing, like mentally taxing, like when you have to remember things than I thought it was gonna be. Maybe it's a different story in paper, but I don't think it is, because really the hardest part is just like keeping track of which creatures you already targeted with trigger with Ouphe Nadu. But that's not too complicated. Like I actually like what Brady does. He has got a card that has like 0 and a dash in the middle and 1 on the other side, and he kind of moves the cards to the size of that piece of the card that he brings with him. It's kind of like a token, so that's pretty easy for you to keep track. But I think everything else is like not super complicated. So it's one of those combo decks that has a lot of game actions, but it wouldn't be too hard to play like in a 9-round event, because you sometimes decks like this can be you can get tired, like just by playing the deck for like in a long event. But I don't think this one falls into that category. I think it's probably be okay to bring to a longer event and still be enjoyable to play. All right. With that all being said, again, I'll leave some links below for some content. I'm not content, but like resources on how to play this deck. And if you like Legacy, if you like Pre-Modern, if you enjoyed the videos, like hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave your comments below. Deck choices, card choices. I've been getting some pretty good feedback from you guys, so love it. Also, if you made it this far, I also would like some feedback on the editing of the videos. Like, I used to have it kind of like just cutting all the dead air, but I've got some feedback in the past saying that it sounded like it was a little too choppy. So just some feedback on that, and and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.